What's up folks, Jay here, back with another niche research video because you guys seem to love them and can't get enough of them. This one's going to be about a niche that I hadn't really paid much mind to until about 3-4 days ago when a friend of mine asked me if they could get, a custom t-shirt. I've been that guy for a while, right? So I'm sure some of you guys are in the same boat. He asked me for a funny retirement shirt for his dad who's retiring in about 8 days or so, I think, from now. So we're going to do a deep dive into the retirement niche and we're going to find out if there's any money to be made at all. As per usual, we're going to see if there's any actual demand in a niche using Everbee, and then we're going to crush out a banger design with Kittl if, again, there's any money to be made. Let's do this. So I just typed in retirement here and you can see what auto populates here, and this is what Etsy is suggesting because it's what's hot right now. It's what people are searching for right now. So retirement gifts for women, retirement gifts for men, retirement, and there's also retirement card. And what we can see here, what Everbee is telling us is that there's this many searches. So there's like 1,600 plus searches for retirement gifts. There's specifically 585 monthly searches for retirement gifts for men. I don't usually like to just kind of go into the rabbit hole of what it is exactly I'm searching for. So in this case, it would be retirement gifts for men, because I don't want to miss anything that we may have missed if we only searched or clicked on retirement gifts for men. I just want to see what's out there for retirement gifts in general. There might be something that is perfectly suitable for a retired male, but isn't actually out there yet, right? So this is how we can find gaps in the marketplace. Oh, stay away from this stuff. The Disney stuff, even the font is copyrighted, and the Mickey ears there that you see, bad idea. This is funny. Effing quitter. Oops, I mean happy retirement. Used to work with Legends. This is great. This is, what would be a gift from your coworkers. Popular now. And this is a great use of the video. So I'm just going to command click here so we open a new tab. So we can see it's got a bestseller badge in 20 plus carts. New markdown, biggest sale in 60 days. I noticed this about 3 weeks ago, I think. It's a cool little new banner you get for having a sale on if it's the largest discount that you get. I'm just going to click on the actual shop here and then we can analyze shop. This is the mug here. I work with Legends, and this looks like it's got 269 sales. The listing age is 2 months, 32 reviews already. It's selling about 135 times a month for over $6,000. So this is something that you should not ignore. You can come over here and add this listing to your favorites if you wanted. Go back to what else we can see here. This is funny. We printed this card on the office printer so you can take a piece of this place home with you. It smells like not your problem anymore. That's a great scent for a candle. Congratulations on your retirement. This is awesome. Out of spite, right? It's pretty funny. Kind of like the without cursing here, screw you for leaving us. We'll miss you so much. What is this? This could be something we could maybe put on a shirt, I think. Your new schedule. Anything I freaking want to do. Happy retirement. Wow. This is cool. I think we should do something inspired by this that could say like my new schedule. Ooh, I got a good one. IDGAF. You guys know what that acronym means, right? But that's all you got to put in there. And I think that would be really funny. I don't think there's anything out there like that. So let's just see what we got here. So IDGAF, retirement shirt. If you don't know what it stands for, you can Google it. I'll leave that one up to you. University of I'm done, retirement. Man, this is just how fast you can get right into, let's see, I don't know, I don't care, I don't, GAF, officially retired, I work periodically, that's funny, not my problem, feeling kind of IDGAF-ish today. That's also something that I wouldn't have thought of potentially if I didn't click on just retirement gifts, right? Again, so that made it really easy. This is a bestseller. I don't want to click on somebody's ad, so I'm done. Looks like it's relatively new listing, sold 38 times. It's done just over $1,000 in sales here. Got 48 favorites. Looking pretty good. Conversion rate is 2.1. Not stellar, but not bad at all. It's a good, solid kind of conversion rate, right? Yeah, we can look at, so a gift for him, funny teacher. This is the nice thing. If you wanted to use all these keywords in your own listing, you can just hover over here and you can see that it says copy all. You can just click it and then you'll get a notification that tags are copied. You can paste all the tags into a doc and go through, you know, with the competition, the search volume, whatever it is, and then kind of analyze and then pick out of that maybe 13 best tags that'll work. Let's see what else. Do a couple others really quickly here. Feeling kinda IDGAF-ish. New markdown, biggest sale in 60 plus days, 50% off sale here. But if we went to this store, I'm curious now, because they've got a good amount of sales. We can just click over here and analyze shop, and let's just go with monthly revenue. I wouldn't do that because that is actually copyrighted. It's owned by the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Ask me how I know. I got a takedown for it. I just thought it was a pirate thing. It's an actual copyright that is registered. Disney, definitely don't do that. Wow, this shop is doing a lot of sketchy stuff. Don't do that, folks. That's a fast way to get your shop suspended. Let's carry on here. Click on Star Seller, and then we can come up here and go change star to, and now we have bestsellers only. So popular now, bestseller, 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 and it looks like there aren't many. So this is telling me that there's, you know, some demand in the niche. Obviously, we've seen a couple of sellers. Also, that there isn't a whole whack load of competition yet. Not a lot of bestsellers out here. This is something I'm looking at. In demand, 2 people bought this in the last 24 hours. If you can sell 2 of these a day, that's 60 a month at, I would never sell it at this price, but I would sell it maybe $27 with a bit of a sale, so you're looking at $22.50 maybe, and then charge for shipping. So these guys might be printing themselves. That's how they can get away with charging so little. But that said, the conversion rate here is just under 4%, so that is really, really, really good. That means that people are looking for it and they're buying it. And what the search results are telling me is because there aren't that many options out there. I think I'm gonna go with here. So we've got a few, they could leverage a few more tags that are a little bit better. Nobody's really searching for graphic shirt. They could work on their tags here, but it's nice using Everbee that way because you can see at a glance all this information, and it's just a Chrome extension right here. I'm hovering and it says Everbee has access to this site. It's nice not having to go to a different website, platform, or a different app, for example, or anything like that. You do it right inside of Etsy. And then we'll go into Kittl here, and I gotta throw a bone to Kittl and thank them for sponsoring this portion of the video. You guys know that I don't talk about tools that I don't actively use myself, and Kittl has made it so much easier for so many. Even my wife Stacy, for example, is on the Kittl now because it's allowing her to design as though she's had years of design training. I've said it before and I'll say it again, you don't need to have a design background to design like a pro anymore. Kittl's made it honestly this easy. I've done a few design videos using it already, and my designs that I've made with Kittl have actually made sales. I've got a few videos about niche research and design, and you can check out my latest one here. So you can just come over here and click on a new project. And I like to go right over here to POD presets, merch by Amazon, because it's the exact dimensions we need that is absolutely applicable to all kinds of POD options. You don't have to screw around with any of these other options because it will not be too big, because even if you drop a file that is too big necessarily for the template in Printify, for example, then it will automatically constrain it to fit the artboard in their t-shirt designer. So we'll just click on Amazon merch here. So what we want to do is come over here, and if you hover over the sideboard, you'll see that all that pops out. I want to go into elements, and then we're going to search calendar, if I could spell, and see what comes up. So we've got, this could work, you know, lay out a few of those. This might work. It's the same idea. Might have to do a little bit of tweaking here. What do we got here? So we just need it to have a red and white. That's the iconic calendar. Pretty basic, right? Okay, I'm just gonna start by clicking maybe 3 or 4 or 5. That one could work. That's kind of cool. I kind of like this one. The idea of the circle around it. Well, that's fun. Hand drawn. That's kind of cool. I think we can go with that one. So if we were gonna do something similar to this, also black, that way it's a little more round. Looks kind of cool that way. And we wanna make sure we have room for a few of these. So I will hold Option down and click and drag, and then we can hold Option and do it again. Do that again. So I was holding Option again to duplicate that. It's the same as copy and pasting, but it kind of keeps it all in the same area that way. And when you hold Shift and drag, it makes it hard for you to, you know, get out of whack. If I let go Shift now, it kind of do it. So you don't want to end up with like a bunch of jumbled stuff that now you're trying to like line up and stuff. But if you did do that, you could just kind of go over here and align it that way. And then you can adjust the spacing by tidying up here. So either way works. I just like to do it, you know, proactively, but we don't need that one. So So we've got the base of our design here. We're gonna kind of combine some elements of these, I think. Look pretty cool. We want another little shape, kind of the same idea here. So I'll just click that. We're gonna make you white, I think. So now we wanna copy and paste in front. So you just wanna paste here and then right click to front. And we're gonna change the color here to a white. And we're going to change the border weight on this one to white. And then we're gonna reduce the border so that the white behind it shows through. So you guys see what I did there? Just so you can see it again, it was like this and we slowly decreased it. And that's because the black one now, like these, is behind it. So I'm just gonna do that. And we're also gonna do the same thing here. So I'm going to hold Option, click, Shift, and drag. Line it up there. Do the same. Option, Shift, and click and drag. So now just to make sure that these are good, they look like they're all lined up, but I'm just gonna line you up. So we've got that now. I'm gonna come over here and so that I can select both of these now. So Command G and Command G. So now when I grab one of these, I'm pulling both boxes at the same time, right? So there we go there. And now I'm going to do this. We're going to make these little calendar clips here, something like that. And we will right click and bring to front. If we look at layers, if that's not working, you can always look at your layers here and kind of bring it forward. So there we have it. And now we want to add a border again. We're going to make you the same color, I think. And we're just going to, let's zoom in here, but we're just going to do the same kind of thing. So I'm going to make this a little smaller. And then all we have to do is Command C, Command V to paste, put you in front. And now we're going to make you, we can click on this trusty little eyedropper here and select that color. So now we've got the object, and we also want to make this the same color. And we're going to take this basic shape, move you all the way to the front. I'm going to reduce this border weight now so it has that black outline, and we'll just center those and center you that way. So now we've, now you can kind of see what we're working with here, right? So we'll just do that. I think I'm going to make that a little smaller, and then I'll do the same. I'll Command G here so that they're together, and then I'm going to Option, click, and drag again. I want to make sure that that new group is above the design. So now we can take both of these and we can Command G to group them so that when I click on them now they're the same. And it looks like it's a little out of whack here, so we can just drag it over until you see that blue dotted line, then we know we're lined up. And then I'm just going to hold Option, Shift, and click again, and we're going to do the same thing here until that lines up, and we'll do it again and again and again. So now we're getting there, right? So all we need to do now is make a little bit of this red. Yeah, maybe we'll use this guy. That looks like it'll fit great. Get you inside here, get you inside here, move you up a bit, and then we're gonna come over to our shape here and drag you down. So we're behind these guys here, and then we'll just click on you and make you red. And I don't like how this is kind of, sticking out over the black. So we can just give it a stroke here, give it a border, make it black, and then we can kind of click and drag, and that looks kind of cool already. But we got our corners sticking out here. So I'm just gonna zoom in so you can see what I'm saying. So I've given this now a border, a little bit of a border weight there. But just to make sure that we don't have these weird corners sticking out, I will just click and drag and move it down a little bit. So now we've got our calendar. I think this looks pretty cool. I'm just gonna make sure these are lined up here. I think I want these just more over top of the red like we have here. So I'm just holding Shift so we don't get out of whack here. So you can see I'm moving it around freely, but as soon as I hold Shift, it wants to stay in the same lane. So it makes it really easy to not screw this up. So there we go. And all we need to do now is put the days of the week here and then the letters IDGAF. I'll just copy and paste this over here in high speed, save you guys some time. So now all we're doing here is gonna type M for Monday. Make this really easy, right? Just click on the type here. I'm going to center you. We'll go over to our paragraph here. It's already centered. Double click, Command A to select all, and type M for Monday. We're gonna make the text color white. There, it's centered. You can see that nice little blue line that lines everything up. I'd like to do something a little more round or more organic. Now the thing when choosing fonts is like, we don't want to use something ornamental like this because we don't want it to take away from the focus that is going to be the IDGAF down here. So while this could work for a title case, it's still a little too ornamental. It's still a little too ornate. So we're going to look maybe something like this, Hanbury Garden. Let's see what the other letters look like. I'm just going to option click, and then with my other finger on top, I'm shift clicking to get you lined up, option, shift, and drag. And then we go back here, double click, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And now all we have to do is put IDGAF in nice and big and bold. So again, I can just come here, option, click, and drag. And now because it's white, we can't see it, so I'll just make the text color black, or we can make it red. You can just come over here and increase the font size, maybe a little bit bigger. We can leave it probably that big for now until we determine what font we want to use. This can be a little bit more ornate now. It would be cool if we could find a hand-drawn, but I don't want to miss anything. I'm kind of funny that way. We can sort by serif, sans serif, script, or other, but I also feel like I'm gonna miss stuff. It's that FOMO in me, you know, it's that designer brain. I don't want to miss anything. I know there's a ton of fonts. That's kind of cool. Ooh, I think I uploaded Miserably Lose already. Yes, there it is. Yeah, I like that one. Option command click until we're centered. Option command click until we get that little blue line in the middle. I can zoom out and see what we got here. These are cool, but they don't stand out as much. So maybe, let's see what we can do if we put a border on it. Border black, see what that looks like. Zoom in here. That's kind of cool. I think that looks a little better, right? So what do we got here for a border? 6.8. I'll just copy that. V to paste, get black. And now we got what I think is a pretty sweet design. Just gonna zoom out a little bit here. And what did it say here? Your new schedule. And we gotta say my new schedule, right? So, you know, they're gonna be wearing it loud and proud, right? So I'm just gonna take these guys here and come over here, text again, headline. That looks like Helvetica here. I think I really like the classic style of it. Still feel like these are a little too fun, so maybe we can do lowercase and make you also a simple font like that. Let's go with, yeah, I think we'll do a Lata. So that's kind of cool, but they're a little big. So I'm gonna make these guys smaller. That looks good, so it doesn't take away. And I think we have a pretty awesome design now. I just wanna make sure that this matches. So we're gonna pick you. We're gonna drag you out here. And what did it say? Your new schedule, my new schedule. Select all of these guys. Oh wow, I can't spell. That should have been an I right from the get-go. And we'll just drag this around until we get that blue line in the middle of Wednesday there. So we know we're good. Select all, let's make you way bigger. And then I'll just select all of it and Command G to group it. I think that looks pretty funny, and we just came up with that by getting inspiration from other listings out there. And it's not on a shirt. There's nothing out there that says this, my new schedule, IDGAF. It is a unique design that has not been done before, which gives us a massive leg up, especially in a niche that isn't super popular apparently, but that gives us a lot of playroom too, right? So I think this is gonna do pretty well. So the first thing I wanna do is click download here so we can download the design. We want it to be a PNG. It's already set at our width and height, which if you change that to inches, it'll be 15 by 18. We can do that if you want, doesn't really matter. See, it tells you the export size here in pixels, but as in pixels, it tells us exactly what it is. We definitely wanna remove the background, optimize quality, and then we can download, and that's pretty much all that is to it. Now we've got our, our design there, and you can see it right here. It's PNG, still got the white on the calendar, but no background. Come over here and click on mockup. So right in Kittl, you can create your own mockups. Puts it on a t-shirt because it knows that we were creating a t-shirt because we selected the default Merch by Amazon template. So bring you out to here, whatever we think looks good, right? A little bit higher. I think that looks pretty awesome. But if you wanted to change the mockup, we can just type t-shirt. You guys have seen me do this before. Click on this one, see what it looks like. So they got what's called smart mockups, so that if we wanted to down here, you can see how it's kind of, warping around the item. It makes it look super realistic. and I think it looks great. He doesn't look quite old enough, but we could always crop the mock-up later on if we wanted to. And I think that looks pretty sweet. My new schedule, IDGAF. And then you can download mock-up right here. So if you did want to use Kittl for the mock-ups, you would just come here, create that artboard mock-up, and we'll go right to here and you can see it's downloading. You don't even have to leave Kittl to do what you need to do here. So if you want to try Kittl for free, make sure to use my link down below. I'll leave it there, but you can also use my coupon code that'll get you 25% off your first month, which is a pretty significant savings. And then if we wanted to, we can come into Printify here and go over to t-shirts. I'm partial to the Gildan 64000 because bang for buck, it's one of the hardest t-shirts to beat. I get rave reviews on the softness of it, and it's not as slim fit or retail fit like the Bella Canvas 3001 here. You have to think of your customer. It's not what you want. You have to think in the terms of the customer or the recipient in this case, right? So it'll be a gift bought for somebody retiring. So somebody's going to buy this gift for somebody who might be in their 60s, maybe 70s, maybe late 50s, typical retirement age. They may not be a slim fit person or somebody who likes to wear a slim fit shirt. You want to err on the side of caution. You don't want to end up with a customer who buys something for a recipient and have it not fit them, right? So we'll just skip it and come down to the Gildan 64000 here. But I did want to highlight something here. This guy made me think of it. So in the Printify Rockstars group, if you're not in there on Facebook, they just posted, I think Florence posted something today, which is Saturday. This guy, you can see him live in action. They did a photo shoot where they're showing behind the scenes how they're creating their mock-ups and stuff. That you can see these guys on camera. I think he introduced himself. Forgive me, I forget his name, but you can check out that video too. It's pretty cool how Printify is showcasing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff now. It's all super interesting to me. So you can see, I think one of the videos they did highlighted Monster Digital. They also have another one that highlighted Print Clever, I believe. So make sure you go into the Facebook group and check that out too. It's the Printify Rockstars group. I'll link to it down below as well. But we can scroll down and looking at provider info here, you can see that these shirts are $777 with the Printify Premium. That said, if you want to use my coupon down below, you'll get 30 days free of Printify Premium, which is pretty awesome. I'll save you $30, I believe. So instead of selling, instead of your cost being $9.58 US, you're looking at $777. So thanks to Printify for shooting me those coupons for you guys. And if you appreciate that kind of thing, now's a good time to, like and subscribe so I can keep giving away stuff like this for free. Costs you absolutely nothing. One of the best ways I like to do it, because I price high enough, I sort by production time. So whichever of Monster Digital or SwiftPod is at the top is the one I'll typically go with. And if the average production time tends to shift a bit, then I'll just use a different one, right? They're both getting them out the doors in under 2 business days pretty steadily, so you really can't lose. And for a penny difference, I bounce back and forth all the time. Start designing here, and we would just drag and drop our art onto the t-shirt here. Save variant here, where you can now just save as a draft and link it to an order if it comes in, or you can publish, which then pushes it to Etsy. But another nice thing they got now is this profit calculator. So this is kind of cool. So you can set your profit margin. It knows that my shop is an Etsy shop, so it's calculating my transaction fees as 6.5%, which is accurate there. So it's saying, sale price $16.30 plus $4.75 shipping at, let's say, $27.50. So that's what my prices are when I'm not running a sale. If, for example, I was to run a sale of 30% off, so we would do the $27.50 times 0.7 because we want the 70% remainder, so that'd be $19.25. So if we did this, it would be $19.25 if we had a 30% off, which still gives us a profit of $9.19, which is a 48% margin. So these are the kind of numbers I like to work with. And if I don't have a sale that day, again, we're looking at some serious bank here, right? And that's got to be close to $20 Canadian too. I need to thank you guys for making my Inner Circle beta membership a complete success. It's because of you that this thing actually came to life. You picked the name, you helped pick the content ideas for the weekly calls. But I got to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because we sold out today in under an hour and a half. That's 100 spots. It's closed for the beta now. So we've got 100 of you in here. As it says, founding member registration is now closed. If you want to get on the list so that when it reopens, I think we're going to reopen in about 5-6 weeks. It's jaysway.works/innercircle. I'll have that flash up on the screen too if you can't already read it here. But we did close it. It is going to reopen at $37 a month. You know, you've got a little bit about me here, but we can fast forward to the weekly scheduled meetings here. So the first week is going to be graphic design training. Each week we're going to cover graphic design tips and techniques that'll get you making designs that will sell. The thing is here is that you're going to be able to submit your designs. I will deconstruct, reconstruct, and then you get to resell that design as your own. So you can sell it over and over. You know, that alone is worth, the monthly fee, but we'll also examine titles, tags. Week 2 will be mindset for POD. So not just the fluff that is mindset that you see a lot of people kind of pushing right now. It has to do with actionable strategies as well, because if you can't apply it to your business, then it's kind of fruitless, right? It's just theory until you can put it into practice. Niche design and research. You will get to pick the niche. I will do a deep dive. You'll get to watch me do it live. You'll get to make suggestions. Week 3, we're going to do the same thing as week 1. This is so valuable that I think we need to do it twice a month. It is also your favorites, as you guys like these videos as well. Week 4 of every month is going to be AMAs, which are Ask Me Anythings. And I will also have on special guests every other month or so. You'll get to hear from some of the best names in the business. It'll either be, some sellers who are doing incredible numbers, or it could be people just like you and me who started small and grew their way up. You also get to hear the trials and tribulations they've all had. And we'll also have, some guests that have some apps that are integrated with Etsy that maybe we could have on too. And we'll get you some pretty amazing discounts, ideally for whatever platform you're selling on. I got a little bit of stats here, but the daily access to me, of course, it's going to be an amazing community of like-minded people, because I know doing this as a solopreneur, it can get isolating. And there's nothing worse than having nobody to talk to about your triumphs, your failures, no one to bounce those ideas off of, because let's be real, not everybody in your family is going to really want to hear what's going on all the time, right? Probably sick of you talking about it too, unless they're actually, actively involved. That said, where a better place to celebrate those victories too than with people that know what you're talking about, right? I've got high impact customer service scripts that I've put together and curated over 10 years of selling print on demand on Etsy. We'll have niche design calendars, step-by-step how-tos based on what you want to see. So this is all like very organic here. It's going to be pretty amazing, I think. We got opportunities for shop audits, the in-depth ones, we'll have you in the hot seat. We can talk about it all live. Everybody can tune in and watch. Unlimited access to an ever-growing hub of resources and training. So we're going to keep dropping cool new things like mock-ups, size charts, workbooks, all kinds of things to get the creative juices flowing so that you never feel stagnant in between our live calls, right? Of course, really it comes down to virtual hand-holding and monthly prizes, because prizes are awesome. Everybody loves prizes. If that sounds cool to you guys, sign up for the waitlist, because it will be live launching again in about 5 weeks once we lock down this beta group here and get, some of the kinks out of the way and iron out any wrinkles, if anything. But again, just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for making this become a reality and choosing me as your leader. So that's it. Make sure you check for all those coupon codes down below to save you some money, and we'll see you in the next one.